Okay, we've got the first question, and this is, do you think Milan will move Santi Giménez? Matteo, I'm coming straight to you on this one.
I mean, look, there's reasons why you'd want to keep the expected goals capocannoniere around. He does have that distinction in Serie A, but they were desperate to offload this guy in the summer. They were trying to swap him for Dovbyk. Allegri went there and he's like, this guy does not fit what I want. But in credit to him, in credit to the XG capocannoniere, he's made all the right runs. His movement is very crisp. He just hasn't scored a single goal. So I think, yes, they will try once again to move on. But the problem for me is the equity they have in this guy, the value's dropped. It's tanked. Yeah. Right? That they're not going to get that $35 million that they spent to bring him over from Feyenoord. So very curious. There's links maybe to Giovanni Nascimento of Hellas Verona, Inter on his tracks too. But Milan need a bomber.
Unless you backhanded compliment. The XG capocannoniere.
I'm trying to glass half full guy. I'm trying to be positive here.
Maybe Milan can find a club that's that rates XG incredibly high. Okay, the next one, Grella, I'm coming to you. Was Adriano in his prime as good as R9? What do you say?
L'Imperatore, very good player, left foot, one of the best. I remember, like, at that time when I was young watching Serie A, he would score some goals with his left foot, the most powerful shot ever. That at Serie A, we would watch, like, Domenica Sportiva and Rai, and they would actually put on, like, the miles per hour that he would shoot the ball, whatever it was, kilometers per hour, whatever. And I always thought that was cool as a kid because he had this powerful shot. Nowhere near R9, though. Let's got that out right away. R9 is arguably one of the best. You talk to some people around the world, and they say R9. Fenomeno is one of the best players that's ever played the game, ever, along up there with the Maradonas and Peles and Baggios and whoever else you want to put, Messi, Ronaldo. So he's not in that category. He's probably the next category, which is he was an exceptional player, but nowhere near enough. Really quickly, his prime lasted very, very short, right? He had some off-the-field troubles in the end, but his season at Parma, then when he went to Inter, if we had more of a sample size of Adriano, at his prime, I think he's closer than some people who maybe didn't watch him as much would think, but no, Ronaldo, a phenomenal. Different level.
Every best defender that we've had on our air, they all talk about one guy, and they talk about R9. They say he was impossible. Even Nesta, he defended Messi. He said R9 was the most impossible, but he didn't have the career, of course, but phenomenal player.
Yeah, feels like one of those that could just transcend generations. Okay, Marco, I'm coming to you on the next one, and this question is, which nation besides Italy would you say has been the most influential in Serie A history?
I will go with Argentina, because there's a lot of great strikers who have come through. Argentina, who came to Italy, Maradona, one of the best. I mean, you still go to Naples today, it's like a mini Argentina. People wouldn't believe it. We've been there. There's not a corner that you could go. Some of the best strikers they've come through were Argentine. They have a great history. Look at Zanetti with Inter. So many of my Argentine friends, they're all Inter fans because of the history that's been there. Cambiaso and Zanetti, and then Diego Milito, what he achieved from there. So I'd probably go Argentina. And our countries are sort of similar. There's a lot of Italians who went to Argentina. Boca Juniors and Genoa have this relationship.
Dark horse shout, Netherlands. I would have said Argentina, Brazil first, but the Netherlands, because of what they did in the early 90s at Milan, the Dutch trio, playing kind of like this more total football brand of football, and how that kind of changed tactics in Serie A and led to this more attacking style of play. But I'd say Argentina, Brazil jump off, but Netherlands is a pretty good shout, I think.
Okay, this next one is a fun one. I'm curious on the debate here. Rainbow cookies or tiramisu? Grell?
For me, personally, tiramisu is the fit. One's a cake, one's a cookie. It's
why we got to choose?
It's a little bit difficult, but tiramisu is...
But if you're at a restaurant and you see on the menu and you get to pick one dessert...
for me.
Okay.
Well, restaurants can have a rainbow cookie.
Maybe
We're going to the wrong restaurant if they got rainbow cookies on the menu.
I'm sure Ali and Poppy have been to a few rainbow cookie restaurants.
Who's making the tiramisu is a good question, too. Tiramisu is easy. I don't get tiramisu out a lot. It has to be really good.
But you would get rainbow cookies anywhere.
If the best tiramisu and the best rainbow cookie, I'll go the best tiramisu.
I also have to mention fun fact about tiramisu, by the way.
Is this in your notebook, too?
This is important because I only just learned this. Tiramisu, it's a pull me up. That actually has a meaning in... because the bottom's soaked in whatever it's soaked in. Espresso. So it's a pull me up. That's actually, there's a meaning behind it. I learned that 3 years ago, and I think there's other people out there.
I just learned that right now.
It's a fun fact for them.
Mike just learned Italian as well. So there's
I didn't know.
Tiramisu.
That's when you started doing Italian Duolingo.
The guy that does the translations like this.
Also, one time, fun fact, Grella, remember you did the pool party at your house, one of the first years?
Yeah.
My mom was like, oh, I'm going to make a tiramisu. So then, classic Italian thing. Then his mom, was it your mom, who's like, no, I'm going to make a tiramisu now. And then everybody had to try who's better.
Mom, who works at the Ben Marcella, who's one of my aunts, she made one as well.
It's also
whose was the best?
The most butchered dessert in Italian restaurants. Sadly, I didn't make the 5-hour drive.
Isn't it bad when there's like chocolate chips on it or something? Have you ever seen that?
Chocolate chips. What? You got rainbow cookies, chocolate? What are we talking about here?
Have you never seen it with chocolate chips? Okay, I can't derail the segment. Okay, finally, we saved plenty of time for this because it's good. Your combined Inter and Milan best 11.
We thought about this so much in the green room.
You all had to kind of come to a general consensus. So let's take a look at what you all came up with, and then we can talk about which positions and players had the most argument around
Grella came up with this.
Number one, we wanted to stick to the formation they both play. They both play this sort of like a 4-5-2 or whatever you want to call it. I like to look at it as a 5-3-2 in most times. So this is, we had to obviously, we were thinking about getting rid of a center back and adding a striker. That would have been the easy way out, but we went for the hard way. And we went with this back line, and the front two was the most difficult. Obviously, you could notice that there's no Pulisic and there's no Thuram, right? And so that was where we had most of the arguments.
Yeah. I would say so, and no Santi Giménez either, but I think Pulisic has a good shout. Marco wanted, you said you only wanted Lautaro and Thuram, right? You'd get rid of Leao and Pulisic.
That's not what I said at all. You clearly weren't listening. What else is Matteo? I wanted to go with 3-4-3 just to get a front three because I like Pulisic. I would have liked to put a Thuram in there, and I wouldn't have limited it, and I would have put a Kanji instead in the back three instead of Tomori. That was our big debate.
The problem is if we went with the back four, we'd have Salamakers and DiMarco as fullbacks, which they're not fullbacks. They can't defend. Yeah. And Bastoni can't play in the back too. So we would have had a fake team.
What was the biggest snub in that group?
Pulisic.
Pulisic and Thuram, by far.
Yeah. Which those front four, you're splitting hairs there.
Yeah. Also depends what we're going on.
By the way, that team would not beat Milan or Inter. I think that's another point.
Yeah, they would.
I don't know. I don't feel it's not a combined 11 that I'm like, this is so much better. I like the two original teams more than our combined 11.
We have more Milan players who finished 7th or 8th place than we do Inter players who went to 2 Champions League finals.
I'm pretty sure what he just said actually makes no sense.
What did he say?
Because then he could have just picked the entire Inter team or the entire Milan.
Yeah, but that wasn't the game. I don't have faith in this combined 11 against either Inter or Milan. I don't like it. I feel gross just looking at it. I didn't like any of my decisions. I wasn't saying them with conviction. I don't like the back line. I don't like Pavlovic in the middle.
Green room,
I like Gabbia. I think Gabbia deserves more respect this season, by the way.
I'm more confused than we
don't agree on anything. Let's just say that.
All right, very good. Well, oh yes, of course, we have to shout out. This is from Alessio Tarozzi. Ciao guys, I'm from Bologna, and our Sundays, despite my family is relatively small, is always about food. Love that. Homemade lasagna bolognese. How do you say that next word? Crescente? Crescente. Oh yeah, with the SC. Okay, I got it. Pasta al ragu, and I'm stopping here because I'm already getting hungry. You guys rock. Forza Bologna.
Oh,
that smells
nothing better in the world
so
than
good,
that.
I bet.
Nothing better.